Hey there everyone, back again with another video, and in this video we are gonna see how we can create REST APIs using Node.js. As you all know that I have started a series of Instagram clone app, and for the backend part of that Instagram clone app I will use Node.js, and with the help of the REST APIs created in Node.js I will do all the magic. Okay, so and if you are not in the Flutter world, you have just came here for the for learning Node how we can create REST API using Node.js, then this video is also for you. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's just dive right into our code and just see how we can do anything. Okay, so what we will do, we will just create, firstly let me create a folder. I will give it a name Instagram clone backend. This video will just contain the overview of how we can create REST APIs and not the backend part related to Flutter, Instagram clone app. Okay, I will just show how we can use put, post, get and delete functions. Okay, and in the upcoming videos I will the video that will be dedicated only for the Instagram clone app will have dedicated REST API tutorial for the app. Okay, so let's just open a terminal and I will type npm init. Okay, so I will just create a random package.json file. You can see that it has created it, and now I will create or I will import express generator. Okay, it will ask for your password. Okay, I given that. Okay, yeah, it will download the express generator, and you can see that it has created node module there also. Okay, and after that I will to npm I. Okay, and if you are not a Linux user, then you can directly use the npm install express or npm I express without using the sudo part. Okay, so just take care of your OS, the thing you are working on. Okay, so let me just create a file index.js. okay, and now let me open my code editor. Okay, I will be using VS Code. Let it open. Okay, come on. Yeah, and for just testing part of my REST APIs I will be using Postman. Okay, you can see that this is a Postman. You can just go over the Google and just type Postman. It will let me show you from where you can download. Okay, the official site is postman.com, collaboration platform for API development. You can just download it from here. You just have to sign in and you can download it. Okay, so let's just close it. You can see that this is my okay. So in our Instagram index.js I will start. Okay, what is this? Okay, let me just remove that. So let's start with creating a server. Okay, so for creating a server we will just import express is equal to require express. Okay, and now I will create a var app is equal to express. Yes, express. Okay, and after that I will start the server on port what you can use. I will start a port, listen, at 3000. Okay, I will use 3000, and after that the point the server is created I will just print something like console.log server is running on port 3000. Okay, let me just give it a comment. Okay, so let's just run it. Like I will type node index.js, and come on, yeah, you can see that my server is running. Okay, so this is a way. Let me just remove this, and I will use the integrated terminal for my app. Okay, now what we are gonna do, we will use two things, like we will use get method and post method. Okay, so for that I will import one more thing, that is the yeah, before that I have to include two things that I haven't included, that is sudo npm I body, sorry, let me just check what's the spelling of body parser. I think it's dash, yeah. Okay, let it install all the things. Okay, yeah, one more thing I will install, or let it be, I'm not gonna do anything else. Now I will use is body parser. Body parser is equal to require, and I will use the body parser, yeah. Okay, after that what our app will do, our app will use this body parser in order to extract data from any of our post method. So this will always be used. So app.use body parser, body parser dot URL encoded, yeah, and in that I will just give extended is equal to true, yeah. And after that one more thing, app.not user, it's use. Okay, app.use body parser dot json. Okay, these two methods are basically used to extract data from your post methods. Okay, basically if you don't use this method and you do a post call using some of the data, then data will not be shown, or it will be shown as undefined. Okay, now what I will do is I will just create a get method to show you how it's done, and I will just create something like get all. Okay, yeah, get all, it will show all the data, and after that it has a request comma response comma next. Okay, it will be an arrow function as I am using that, and after that this will the response will be in a JSON format. Okay, it will show all the things in JSON format. Okay, and what, one second, this is showing error because I can set that in a string, not like that, and have a comma here. Okay, yeah. So what I will do, I will just create a array that will store all the data, and this, when we call the get.all, it will show all the data inside our array. Let me just save it and let's just run it. Sorry. And we will run it, node index.js. You can see that our server is running, and the point we go to our postman, we will create a new get method, local host 3000 get all. Okay, we will send that. What happened? Oh, not 300, it's 3000. Okay, so it shows the status is 200. Okay, one second, let me just, will its size increase? I don't know how to increase its size. Sorry guys about that, because I know that this is very small, but you can see that this is 200. Okay, I will enlarge that, and this is empty. Okay, and now what we will do, we will create a post method that will send data, and the point we will send data, the data will be added in our data section. So where, sorry, not where, app dot post, and we will do a receive data. It will have a function, it will be request and response. After that, this, okay, the point, let me just give it something like logging console dot log data send. Okay, we will do something same here, console dot log data received. Okay, and now what we will do, we will just push the data that is coming from our request in our data. So data dot push request dot body. Okay, we will just add them. Okay, and now let's see what our code does. We will restart our Node.js, and now let's just see, we have something called receive data. Okay, we will just call a new method, we will give a post, we will call local host 3000 slash, and we will receive data. And in the body section we will go for the raw data. Along with that, it will be a JSON file, JSON data, and in that I will give ID will be 1, and now the name, let the name be Iron Man 1. Okay, so send. Okay, so it's sending data, but it's not showing because the data is received and we haven't done something because yeah, we have to do something here, because if we haven't sent any acknowledgement, then this will always send the request and will not end. Okay, so let me just cancel it. Let me just terminate this, and now we will do response dot send status 200. Okay, as we already, 200 stands for good sign. Okay, now let me just rerun it. Now what we will do, I will just send that data. It says okay. Okay, and now let me just go to get all. It shows us 1 and it has Iron Man 1. Now let's give it one more data, 2, Iron Man 2, send, it's okay, 3, send, okay. And the point, we will rerun the get part, it will show all the data that we have send there. Okay, these data are stored locally in this file. Okay, the point you terminate this server, it will be cleared. Okay, and now what we will do, we will do one more thing, that is we can get the data from any of the data that we have, like if we want to get any data by its ID, like if I get 1, then it should print something. Okay, so for that we can use app.get, and we have to create a REST API get data by id, and after that I have to give a id. Basically just giving a colon after a slash sign is a way to give parameters. Okay, and after that we can just give a function, and in that it will be a request comma response. Okay, and now what we will do is that we will just give a console.log get data by id. Okay, and now what we have to do, we have to search that is data present in our data with the id this. Okay, so for that what we can do, we can just go for the basic method that we know is the for loop. I am gonna use for loop, you can use anything that you like. Okay, this is just a demo thing. Okay, for I is equal to 0, I less than equal to data dot length, then I plus plus. Okay, and now what we will do, we will check if data at index I with the id of id is double equal to, we will check for request dot params dot params dot id, and if this is present, it will do is a console dot log data present. Okay, and after that it will just do console dot log data at index I, and after that for loop I'm gonna just copy this from here and give it here. Okay, let me just rerun the server. We have a port 3000, and now let's go to receive data, and let's start again with 1. Okay, send, data is sent, change the data to 2, okay, 3, okay, and now let's just add one more last thing, that is 4. It's okay, and now let's see our data is with us or not. Yeah, we have all the 4 data. Now what I want to do is that I want to get data with the id of 1. Okay, so what I will do, local host at 3000 with get data by id /1. Okay, and let's send that. We have okay, and let's see. Yeah, it shows us that we have data. We have just printed it, data is present, and in our console it shows us what our data is. Let me check for 4. It shows okay, and again we have the data that is at our 4th id. Okay, and now let's check for something that we don't have, 5. I know it will definitely show us an error. Okay, why it has okay, yeah, because I haven't set any of the things that if id doesn't exist, it will not show. Get data by id, it has just gone through here, but nothing has done, because if our data is not present, it will not do anything, but it will reach at the end and it will show you that yeah, your data is present. And it will show that we have executed the above code. And so for that, if data is not present, you can just use any of the other logic, like you can use flag or any other things Okay, so this is a way in which you can create a simple REST API, okay, uh, in your application. Okay. But I'm gonna show you another method for creating REST APIs, and the method that I will be showing now is one of my favorite methods. This is the basic method that I know most of you have seen in your school, college, or blog that you have been following, but now I'm gonna show one of my favorite methods for doing this. Okay, so let me just create a new file. It will be new way.js. Okay, and now what I will do, I'm just gonna copy these lines from here and I will paste it here. Sorry. Copy these lines, paste it here. Okay, so I have imported my express part, I have imported the body parser. Okay, and I have set a app with express. Okay, and now what I will do is I will again copy these lines from here, copy here, paste. This will include the body parser for the what you can say data from the post calls. Okay, now what I will do, I will set the port. Okay, I will use the environment variables. Okay, so for that you have to just call the process.env. it will check that if there in the environment part there is any port. If there is port available, then it will be assigned here, and if not, then what we will do, we will just go for 8000. Okay, we will go for the 8000, and if any port is not present, then 8000 will be used. After that I will use is a router, and now what we will do, express.router. Okay, this is a way in which you can do something. Okay, now let's go. Now in our previous part we have used app as our main thing. Now we will use router as our main thing. Okay, now router will help us to do everything, like router dot get. Okay, and we will just give a slash, so that if someone start with a slash, then it will show you some of the things. Okay, like function, it will give a request comma response, and after that it will just return a response.json, like message is equal to success. Yeah. Okay, so this is a way. Now what we will do, if we run right now this new.js, it will not do anything because our server is not listening at the port. So what we have to do, is the app.listen at my port. Okay, now this app will listen at port, and port will be either 8000 or any of the port present in your environment. Now what I want to do is that if you have seen any of the REST APIs that are used commercially, then you might have noticed that there is something like v1-API. Okay, and after that there are some of the things, and before that there is the server IP or any other things. Okay, so we are gonna create that only. So we will do app.use, and after that I will give a v1/API, API, because this is the first version with the API, and my router will use that. Okay, my router will now use this as the starting point. Okay, and yeah, after that let me just print something like console.log success has been achieved. Okay, what am I typing? Okay, and now let's just run this. Let me just close this, and now let me just run node new way.js. Success has been achieved. You can see that we have seen that our port is now running. And now let's go to my Postman. Let me just remove this. Don't save these all things. No, and neither this. Okay, now what I will do is I will give a local host 8000, and if I just get the REST API to my server, it will just say cannot get slash, because we haven't said that. Now what we'll do, v1/API, because our main interest point is v1.api, and now the point I run it, it will say message success. And if I go to this code, we can see that I have sent the success here. Okay, so it means that, it means that my starting point is here, but before that we have to use v1.api after my IPs. Okay, so let's just move forward in our code. So for that, now what we will do, we will just create the post method for setting up the data, like router dot post, and here we will set the user. Okay, no, not here user, it will be router dot route, and it will be user, and after that I will set the it is post or get, and inside that post I will set a function that will take request dot response, and after that I will do it here. Okay, so what I will do, I will just copy the same code from here, like data. From here I will put the data here, and I will copy the post function from here, and I will just paste it here. Okay, so what it will do is that just it will add the data from my API into this data. Okay, and one thing before moving forward in this part, if we want to add security at our JS level or at this level, what we can do is that we can use something like this, like router dot use. Okay, and now I will create a function here. It will have a request, it will have a response, and it will have a next part also. Okay, not this p. Okay, and inside that you can do something that you want. You can add security, like in your any of you can do anything. Okay, I'm just adding a to-do list, add anything. I'm not gonna add anything here. You can just add anything, like if you are sending a REST API, in header just pass the authentication, like you send the username and password, and just check your username and password here also. You can check on the database level also, and you can check here also that your username password is correct or not. And this is a way of checking that is your REST API going well or not. You can just do magic is happening. Okay, and after that we will call the next function. Basically it is a callback. Okay, save, and I have router. Okay, and the point I want to get the data from my data, what I can do, I can just change this get and data send. Okay, and what I can do is that I can just copy this from here I will just paste it here. Sorry. I will just paste the data from what here. Okay, and save it. Okay, now let's just rerun our server. We can see that our success has been achieved. Okay, no, not you. Okay, and let me just set everything right. Okay, so let's just see this console part and here also. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to add our user, API dot user, changing this part to post, and in the body part I will send some of the data that I have sent earlier, like ID 1, and here will be name Iron Man 1. Okay, send. You can see that our function that I have created here, like router.use magic is happening, it has crossed that function. Okay, it means that this function is called every time if a API is called. Let me do one more thing. Let me change it to 2. Let me change it to 2. Send. You can see that again we have got that thing. Okay, now what I want to do is that I want to see how much data I have. I will set that to get, as our endpoint is user and we have set the endpoint at user also. So I will do send. You can see that we have all the data, ID1 name Iron Man, ID2 name Iron Man 2, and we can see that ID data is sent to our user and magic has happened. Okay, but this is not the best way to do that, because we are doing the same thing that we have done in our past, that we have created two different methods. One is for get, one is for post, and doing our stuff. We have done similar thing, like here we have created two routers, and in the both routers we have created different things. But in this method we can use only one router, and depending upon your call the data will be sent. It means what I want to say is that you can just remove this get method from here, and you can remove this part also, and the point your post function is there. You can just go below that and you can just paste your function here. Okay, so you can see that we have only one router, that is the user, and depending upon your post call or your get call, the magic will happen. Okay, the data will be pushed or your data will be sent to the user. Okay, this is a way. Now let me just save it and show is it doing the thing right or not. We will set that to post. We have 2 ID2 Iron Man 2. I will send that. You can see that nothing has gone wrong. I will set that to 1 send. Nothing has gone wrong. And let me just change this to get and send. You can see that I have all the data. Okay, now what I want to do is that I have shown you that we can use this parameter part to get data from our element, okay, from our data. Now replicating that in this way. So what we will do is the router dot, okay, and router dot route, and in that part I will do is that I will by ID, and after that I will just give a colon dot ID, and inside that I can use get function. Okay, inside that I can use put function. Inside that I can use delete function. Okay, and I'm gonna show all the three things. For that you have to create a function request comma response. Okay, similar thing will go here, function request comma response, and similar thing will go here, request comma response. Okay, so now what I can do, I have to just fetch the data from my data. Okay, so I can just go over here and I can just copy the thing from here, and I will just copy whole thing. Okay, so the point, my router is called by get and it has a ID. It will search for the ID in my data and it will say that data is present. Okay, and if it not present, it will not say anything. Okay, and these all things were printed in my console. And now what I want to do is that I want to change some of the data. Put is basically used to update any of the data. Okay, so I will just copy the same thing here from here and I will put here. Okay, and what I will do is that I will just change the name of the ID, like data at I with name, and let me just change that name to Spider-Man. Okay, and one more thing, if you are using a put method, you can directly send a body there also. Okay, like you can send, and I will show you console.log request.body. Let me just console.log data from postman for put. Okay, basically this is not the best way to print anything, okay, for debugging part, but I am doing this just for learning sake. Okay, that my data has been brought. So if you want to change data depending upon the user, then you can just take value from request.body and you can just save from here. Okay, and now if I want to delete something, okay, so if I want to delete any of the data depending upon its ID, like if I want to delete the value of ID 1, so what I will do is that I will use this splice function of JavaScript, data.splice, and if it's present at ith index, then just remove the one value or one element from that, and that's it. This is a way. Okay, let me just rerun it. Delete what it says. Okay, sorry. We have to. Okay, let me just function. So here will be, yeah, save. We have just run our data, and now let me just add our data. Send, data has been received to Ironman 2, data has been received 3, data has been received, and now last part is 4 and 4. Yeah, data has been received. Now let's see, is our data with us? Send, data has been sent, and we have all the data that we have done so far. Okay, so now let's see this part. Okay, so we will just remove the user and we will just call the by id and after that not colon, we will just send 1, and it is a get part, so it will just show you the data here. Okay, just have a look over here, send. Yeah, data is present with our Iron Man 1. Okay, let me check for 5. We don't have 5 value. Magic is happening, just it hasn't done anything. So let me just go for the put part. Like if I want to update, I want to update the value of first index by the name of Spider-Man. Okay, and you can see that I will send something like 5 here, and let me just give it a name of Thor. Okay, Thor, and now I will send that. We can see that I got data from Thor. Okay, and I can see that the status is okay. So is my data at index 1 has been changed? So I have to call the user and I have to check, is my data correct? Get send. You can see that ID 1 has name as Spider-Man. It is not longer Iron Man 1. Okay, so it means that our put function is working. Now what I want to do is that I want to delete the ID 1. Okay, so fingers crossed, send. Okay, data send, magic is happening, return is okay. So is my data gone? I have to go back to my user part, go to get and send. Okay, where is my ID 1? There is no more longer available with us because we have deleted that. Okay, so I think that this much is enough for you for now. So if you have learned anything from the tutorial that I have shown you today, just give this a like, okay, and share with your friends. The whole code will be available on my GitHub repository as it is, so you can go over there, have a look at the code, use this code, enjoy with that. Okay, and try to master this code, because in my upcoming video related to Instagram clone app I am going to use this method only. And just comment me down which method you like the most, the first method that I have shown, or the traditional method to do this, or this method that I love the most. Okay, just comment down what you like the most. Okay, and yeah, if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing, because I regularly bring this type of content related to Flutter or any other things. Okay, basically I mostly focus on Flutter, but if you want any other thing to be made a tutorial, just comment me down, or you can request me on my Instagram. It's mycodecave, you can see the handle. Okay, so that's all for today guys. Thank you, have a nice day.